Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about Model 1 data types and variables. So the execution modes we are comparing in the parallel window. You can observe here. So in the command prompt, I have given that A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10. Then afterwards, I am giving the instruction as A plus B so that you will be getting the answer as 15. The next immediate statement, we are giving that x is equal to a plus b, and afterwards we are giving x, so that also we are getting the same answer 15. So which shows that the command prompt perform the operations as expressions, as well as it evaluating the answer and assigning into some other variable. So that is, an expression can be evaluated immediately in the Python interpreter, where in the case in the right hand side you can check with the dynamic change of the data type. A is equal to single quotes hours and B is equal to one single space and cart will be there, and after that I am using that A plus B, so which shows the result horse cart, which is A plus B. Here the plus operator will be used for adding the two strings, not adding, it will be used for concatenating the two strings. Okay, and afterwards I'm giving that A plus X. X, we don't know what is the value of X. So yes, the X value will be there. Here it is 15. So A value will be now horse and X value will be 15, which we are trying to add the string and the constant integer value, so that error will be displayed. This is a simple example of how the variables values will be handled at the interpreted mode. Okay. So what are the different data types used in the Python? So there will be three different data types used in the Python. One is integers, second one floating point numbers, and third one will be the strings. Usually a data type is nothing but it is a category of values, and every value is belonging to one type. For example, if you have taken number 5, the 5 is the value which will be represent integer. Okay, suppose if it is 2.5, then the 2.5 is the floating value, it is represent the float point. Okay, suppose if it is welcome, which is written in double quotes, then it will be a string value. So based on the value, it will be belonging to one data type. So three different data types, basic common data types will be there in the Python, which is integers, floating point numbers, strings. Okay, the data types, how you can come to know what the type of the variable, since there is no explicit declaration in the Python. In C program, in Java program, in C++ programming, we are using explicit declaration for the variables. For example, if you want to declare a variable as an integer, you are declared like this: int a, right, or else float b, or else string hello, like that only. So but in the Python, after assigning the value only, that variable becomes that particular data type. Suppose you want to know the data type of that particular variable, then you can use the command type of returns the type of any data value. So I am giving examples here. You can see that type of 15 I am giving, so that after clicking the enter, it will shows that class int. Type of 3 point, it will shows class float. X is equal to 34.8, and I am afterwards I am giving type of x. So here it will be shows that the value of x, the x containing the value which is the data type float. So that's why it returns the answer type of x return to class float. Similarly, 1j into 1j, which is a complex number representation, so that s is equal to 3 plus 1j, which is 3 plus 1j is nothing but, you know that real number and complex number, right? A plus xi, b plus yj, like that. So this j will be used for representing the complex number. So s is equal to 3 plus 1j is the complex number assignment. If you want to know the type of the s, you can give type of s, so it will be returning the data type as class complex. Similarly, string data type, x is equal to learning, type of x will be returning the answer class string. So the type of function will be used to know the data type of the particular variable. Okay, three types of variables are there: integers, floating points, and string. Of course, complex numbers too. Most probably we are discussing these three things only: integer, floating, and the string variables. Expression. So what is expression? Expression calculates a value. So there are variables and the operators used to form the expression. For example, c equal to a plus b. So where it is performing the arithmetic operation between the two values, that is variables like a and b. So it will be assigning to some other variable called c. So c equal to a plus b is a complete expressions. So we can perform the expression by using different types of operators. Where, for example, we can take the arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and of course the double asterisk symbol represent to the power. If you want to find out the a to the power 4, then you can write a double star 4. Okay. And spaces in the expressions are not significant. Parenthesis override normal precedence. It will be like the C program operator precedence we are using in the Python also. Okay. Expressions, here is the some more examples for the expressions. Mixed type integer and float expressions are converted to floats. You can see the example. So here it is 4 into 2.0 divided by 6. So what happens, it will be go with the left to right. So it will be go with 4 into 2 will be 8. So 8 divided by 6 will be resultant to 1.33. So mixed type real and imaginary conversion. Suppose you are having complex numbers and the integer numbers, then it will be added by like this: x is equal to 5 plus 13j, y is equal to 3.2, and z is equal to x plus y. So answer will be, if you want to get the answer, if you are giving z, then it will be shows that the integer part will be added with the integer part. So since x is containing the integer part 5 and y is containing 3.2, so 5 plus 3.2 will be resultant to 8.2, and the 13j will be remaining as same, because in the value of y doesn't contains the complex value directly, only that floating value, so that will be added. Explicit cast are also supported. For example, here you can see y is equal to 4.99 and x is equal to 8. Suppose if you want to take only the integer part of the floating number, then you can see use int of that particular variable. So int of y, so y is, what is the value in y, which is 4.99. So int of y will result to 4. Similarly, x is equal to 8. Suppose you want to use the variable x as a floating value, then you can use float of x is equal to 8.0. So this will be used for when you are finding out the grade values, average values, then when you are performing the average sum of few numbers and finding out the average, then that time you can use any of these data types, int or float. So int of any values will be truncating to the integer values. Float of any integer value will be adding the decimal points after the decimal places after that 0.00 will be added to the integers. Hope you got. Okay. So this will be called as explicit cast, will be supporting with the Python. Here it is a output statements. So how can we use the output statement? Usually output statements will be used with the print symbol. So print of open braces and closing braces will be printing the simple blank line. For example, in the C program we are using the /n, right? /n will be for the new line character. So similarly print of nothing will be printing the simple blank line. Similarly, if you are print 3 comma y comma z plus 10, it will be go with the new line and print the value 3, value stored in y, value stored in z will be added 10. Suppose for example z will be 8, then it will be added with 10, which is 18. So answer will be 3, the value of y, suppose value of y will be 20, z value will be 8, then the resultant will be 3 comma what I said for y, it's 10, right? So suppose take it as y is 10, so 3 comma 10 comma z is equal to 18. It will be print like this. Okay. Similarly, print result z end, so it will be no new line character, automatically it will be printing with the same line. Output items are automatically separated by the single space. This is the output statements where it will be applicable in the version starting from the 3.x. Okay. Assignment statements. So what is that assignment statements? Assignment variable expressions. So assignment is, that is variable equal to expression, which is called as the assignment. A variable's type is determined by the type of the value assigned to it. So multiple assignment value, that is variable. Here not only single variable, you can use multiple variables also. Similarly, right hand side you can use single expression or multiple expressions also. For example, you can see x comma y is equal to 4 comma 7. So which means the value 4 will be assigned to the first variable x and the value 7 will be assigned to the variable 7. You can write like this also, x comma y equal to a plus b comma c plus d. So if you have stored already the value of a plus b and c plus d, so that will be evaluated and it will be stored to the corresponding values x comma Why? So this is a syntax for the assignment statements: variable within braces, variables, and expressions, not only single expressions. Based on the left hand side variable, you can increase the right hand side expressions. And here it is a string concatenation. So what is called string concatenation? So the plus symbol will be used for concatenating the two strings. For example, you can see it is Alice plus Bob. Alice is a one single string and Bob is another single string. If you are using the plus symbol, so it will be concatenate and together it will be resulting to Alice Bob. Okay, so if you use the plus symbol for integer and string, then error will be generated. That you know, right? We can't add the string along with the integer number. Alice plus 42, so it will be generating the error. So we can add the two strings or we can add the two integers. If you have mismatched the string and integers, it will be resulting to the error. So string concatenation can be achieved by using the plus symbol. And the next one is the string replication. Replication means multiply. Okay, if you want to multiply the string value in several number of times, then we can use the asterisk operator, that is a star operator we can use. The star operator is used for multiplication when it operates on two integer or floating point values, but when the star operator is used on one string value and one integer value, it becomes the string replication operator. Enter the string, multiply by the number into the interactive cell. To see this in action. For example, you can see that Alice is a string value, and int multiplication operator, that is star operator, we have used here, and after that we are specifying the integer value. So which means the particular string will be multiplied that number of times you have specified. So 5 number of times it will has been taken the previous string. So Alice will be stored. Suppose I am using 3, then Alice will be printed in 3. Suppose I am using Alice star 10, then it will be printed as 10. So one condition for this star operator, when you are using the star operator along with the string, first condition, the next value must be an integer. Suppose if you are giving 5.0, here it is 5, right? If you are giving 5.0, then error will be generated because it accepts only the integer value. The same thing, it accepts, it doesn't accept the string also. So Alice into Bob, if you are giving, it won't evaluate. That also it will shows the error. So only condition for this replication is left hand side. The first value will be the string, and after that star operator, then after that the string integer value, the integer value which is used for multiplying the string that has been specified first. Okay, here is another example. You can see Alice star Bob, which is a resultant to error because we can't multiply the string with the another string. We can multiply the string with the integer value only, and we can't multiply the string with floating also. So they are giving 5.0, which is also resultant to error. So this is done with the string replication. Hope you understand, right? Then program elements. So what is a program elements? Identifiers and variables. So there will be two parts in the program elements, which is known as identifiers. Another one will be the variables. Identifiers must begin with letter or underscore followed by any number of letters, digits and underscores, right? So the condition for the identifiers, right? Identifier is a name given to any type of variable, class names, okay, program names like that. So here we are taking as a variable names. It must be start with letter or underscore followed by any number of letters, any number of digits and underscores. So variables do not need to be declared, and in Python we don't need to create the variable separate. Directly we can assign the value so that the variable becomes that particular data type. For example, here num is equal to 3. So what it becomes, num is considered now as a integer variable, and the error message will be displayed when it is no value will be assigned to the particular variable. For example, if you are not assigning the value to x, right, then you are printing the value of x, then it will be displaying the name error. The value variable x doesn't contain any value. So first thing, you have to assign some value to the variable, then only you can use that particular variable to any expressions, functions or program. Okay. And one more thing, variable names don't have the static types, values or objects. It has the type of the value and it currently references. It is actually contain references to the variables, values similar to your pointers in the C variable. For example, here you can consider this, right? a is equal to 3.5, first I am assigning, and afterwards a is equal to a into 2, and after that I am assigning a is equal to cat. So in the first statement a is equal to 3.5, it will be considered as a will be floating point value, a reference 3.5, and afterwards a is equal to a.2. What happens? 3.5 will be multiplied with 2, which is 7.0, that will be stored in the variable a. Then afterwards I am storing a is equal to cat, right, which is a string value. Suppose if you are printing the next to the third statement print a, it will be going with the last stored value, which is cat. Okay, Python handles memory management automatically. It will create new objects and store them in memory. It will also execute garbage collection algorithms to reclaim any inaccessible memory locations. Okay, and here is the example rules for the variable names. Okay, it can be only one word. Python variable must be only one word. It should not be two words. It can use only letters, numbers, and the underscore character. No other special characters can be accepted by the Python. It can't begin with the number. So there will be simple three rules for the variables in the Python. Okay, it can be only one word. It can be use only letters, numbers, and the underscore character. It can't begin with the number. Here you can see valid and invalid variable names given with the example. So balance is the valid variable names, where here it is current hyphen balance. Okay, so hyphens are not allowed, and current balance has been given in the left hand side, where current balance will be given with a space. So space not allowed, so it is a invalid. Again, current underscore balance will be acceptable, because underscore is acceptable for the variable name, and for account, so we can't begin with a number, so that it will be invalid. Underscore spam is a valid one, where 42 is the number which is can't accepted, and spam is the capital. Total all the letters is a capital, so that is acceptable. So total underscore dollar num, so special characters used here, so it is a invalid one. And account 4 is acceptable, because it should start with the letter or underscore followed by any number of characters and any number of letters and digits. So hello with is specified with a single character, so that it won't be accepted. So here it is a comparison between variable names, valid and invalid variable names. One more thing I want to specify, variable names in Python is a case sensitive, so meaning that you can see spam and spam, 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 different types of spam written in mixed number of characters, that is capital and small. So Python variables preferring usually lowercase letters, and it is a very case sensitive. If you have written spam in the capital and spam in the lower, both will be considered as separate variables. Both are not same. That you should be always keep in your mind. Okay. Here it is how can we take the interactive input. So in C programming, you are using scanf statements for taking the input from the terminal. Here in Python, what is the statement for taking the input? So that is very quite simple. Input, if you are using input within bracket whatever you have taken, so that's why then that time it will accept your value. For example, syntax input variable equal to input string, that is here it's another example. Y is equal to input of enter a name, right? Then enter a name max, which means it is asking for displaying enter a name. Then after that, whatever you have typed, max you have typed, right? Then that max will be stored in the variable called y. Similarly, another example, number equal to input enter an integer, so that it asks for enter an integer. The user has given 32, so the 32 will be stored in the variable called number. Okay, so input of reads the input from the keyboard as a string. Similarly, print will be used for displaying the output. Using this input and using this print, you can write lot of programs. Try the simple programs like adding two numbers, finding the difference between two numbers, or simple calculator. So such type of operations you can perform with these basic commands. So with this I am end up the today's class. Next class we will be go with the Python complete program. Thank you.